Hello and welcome to Ballam Road Farm. This is episode 11 and we've got a lot to do today again. Right, first of all, let's get a little checkup on the cows and see how they're doing. Yeah, so everybody still seems to have enough food. Although that is in the red, it's still 77,000 litres in there, so that should be okay until for the next couple of months. Maybe even until we put them back into the sheds, but we will have plenty of hay that we can put in to the beef cattle. The Limousins, they're still looking okay. Big developments with them today. The seal bids are in. I will explain a little bit later on that. I did mention in the last episode that there was a bit of action going on there. Right, first of all, let's get back to our normal routines. First of all, let's get the grass cut going. I did do all my milk deliveries earlier on. You'll notice it's a little bit later in the day from when I normally start. So I did all the milk deliveries before getting into the rest of the daily chores. So we've just field 20 we analysed, and that's come out as loam. So that's pretty good. It's quite a nutrient rich field, so I think I might change the top field from being the crop field to this little one. But first of all, let's go and get some slurry onto that field, get some manure onto the field. A little bit later in the day I will be just going through some thoughts about putting slurry and manure and digest, well, not so much digestate. I'll do that at a separate issue. It's a completely separate, well, not completely separate, it's just a little bit more, I wouldn't say complex, but there's just a little bit more to spreading digestate as opposed to manure and slurries. But yeah, I'll go through that a little bit later. Let's just get this started. We'll just get this loaded up. I'm expecting at any minute now to get a phone call that we've got three bids for the Limousin cows, and everybody will be down at the cattle pens. Yep, so I did get that, and I'm down here now, and we're going to have a look at these, at who has bid what for our Limousin stock, just to go through a little bit of what we've done. We did a for sale sealed bid for the 26 Limousin, and that's spelt in the French tradition with an E on the end of Limousin cattle, all of them in calf. The minimum bid was £2,800. And the first bid that came in was from Alex McPherson, and he's bid 3,185 plus an additional £20 per confirmed calf by his vet after delivery. Not bad deal, not a bad deal. Consider it. The second one is from Alan Borders. Oh, that's a nice bid. 3,208 and an additional payment of 16,800 plus once his vet confirms that all cows are in calf. That one is looking. And then we have one from Jimmy Neesham, and 2,975. He will collect, as you can see there, I was going to be arranging for delivery. Yeah, so that one's definitely out. So it's between Alan and yeah, so Alan, yeah, that's the best one. So we're going to sell it to Alan Borders, and the initial payment of 80,816 is to be made directly, with the balance to be paid over the rest of the month. That's for the calves. It just gives him time to take it back, get his vet in to check up, to do the scans on the stock. I've already done that, so I know that they are in calf, so there's no problem. But of course, I have no problem with them choosing to do that. And the way he's going to be paying me, well, the way I'm going to be adding the money in is I'm going to add 2 municipal um, money generators onto the farm. As you can see there, all the limousines are gone. There are the 2 generators. They'll be on until around about this time, so we'll call it 12 o'clock tomorrow, and that will then give us the 16,800 premium that is paid for the calves. Fantastic. So that's the limousines done and dusted. We've got a nice bit of capital in. All of a sudden I'm feeling a bit more relaxed. Got 98,000 in the bank. Right, and so we're going to get some slurry put out onto the fields. We'll get this started, get it going. There we go. So we'll do a couple of headlands. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, in the UK, slurry and manure is spread routinely, sort of in the winter months. But with the cost of fertilizers being so high of late, farmers have over many years they've been doing it in autumn, wanting to spread slurry and manure to help with their winter crops, and that has created a bit of a problem with the environmental agencies here in the UK, and basically they wanted to ban the autumn spreading of slurry and manure. Obviously here we actually spreading in summertime. So, but I thought I'd just take you through the fact that it's not just as easy as to just go and fill up your tankers and start spreading. So first of all, there are quite strict rules about what you can spread and what you can't spread. So over time, traditionally, spreading of slurry and manure was a way of disposing of the byproduct of your cows or your animal husbandry. That is now not allowed, and you have to only spread what is required by your field. So in other words, when you see us running around doing soil analysis, we have to determine what is required by the soil, and we can only spread muck or manure, and in particularly high RAN products. So I think that's randomly accessed nitrate, that's what RAN means, up to the required, or the amount that is required by the field. So you can't just go and spread it with low RANs. So just to give you a general idea of the difference between low RAN or low randomly accessed nitrates and high randomly accessed nitrates. The low randomly accessed nitrates is normally your manures. So that's your mucking out product, which kind of makes sense because you don't have a lot of feces and urine in that, or you have less, let's put it that way. Whereas the slurries are regarded as high RANs, or random access nitrates. All this means that low RANs can pretty much be spread whenever you want to without any limitations, where high RANs have limitations of 30 cubic meters per hectare during roughly September to February. After that, well, outside of those periods, they can be freely spread, provided you are within the normal regulations. So you've done your soil sampling and you are only spreading because the soil needs it. Right, I hope that is of interest to you, and we'll get back to normal work now. Right, so after that rambling on, we're actually back onto mowing our grass, getting that ready for the next to be I think this field I'm going to do as hay, so we'll get back and go and get the tedder and ted this field, turn it into hay, and then we'll get the windrow in after that, and most probably tomorrow stroke next month we'll be able to bale this field up. I've still got the bales on field 19, I think it was, to pick up, but because I'm going to lease a trailer to pick everything up, I'm going to get all the baling done first and then just whip around and collect the whole lot. Right, so we need to get the tedder out, and to get that out we'll have to just move the windrower to one side first of all, and then we'll nip back into the shed and go and pick up the tedder and get that down to the grass field. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this little shed, but I probably need a bit more space because I still haven't got any of the implements in there. Still trying to work out exactly how I'm going to get all these implements, or most of them, undercover, or as many of them as undercover. I might have to prioritize. But first of all, we got to have the available funds to do it. So I think once we through this summer month of hecticness, we will start finding parking spots for everything. Right, so that's a tedder hooked up. Let's get back to the field and start tedding. It's going to be one of the first implements that I need to upgrade. It's pretty narrow. Does a good job. There's no problem with the work it does. It's just it's not a major issue yet. I'm not stressing too much about that. It's one of the things I've liked about this map, and I have been creating the pressures that one would feel, especially in the summertime, of so many jobs to do, so little time. And even though the jobs, because of the cows, are pretty similar. Well, stop. What's that? Something in the fields there. No. We had some visitors onto our field. Oh. Is this our equivalent of crop circles? I wonder. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Might get the local newspaper out to come and have a look and take some photographs. Get some free publicity for the farm shop. Why not? Interesting. Could of course just be some youngsters messing around in the field. Who knows? Right, just finished squaring off this field so that I can get a worker onto finishing off the tedding, and then we can get off onto some other jobs. We've still got a lot to do. We haven't done any deliveries yet today. Well, we've done the milk deliveries, the morning milk deliveries, but we haven't done any of the deliveries to the vending machine. The vending machines, I've done milk. I've done the milk to the vending machines, but I haven't done any of the market stalls yet. come to think of it, I think I also got yes, I did. I got a phone call from the biogas people saying, asking if there's any more that we can add to the vending machine down there. So yesterday, stroke last month, we put butter in there. So I might put if I've got enough, I might put a pallet of cheese into that vending machine. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got here. So there's plenty. A quick glance, I can see 2 pallets of cheese, so we'll take a pallet down to, well, first of all, we'll put a pallet into the farm shops. It's a farm shop. We only have one farm shop, and then we'll take that second pallet of cheese down to the biogas vending machine and put that in there. So then it should have the normal milk supply, butter, and hopefully there's still butter. They didn't ask for more butter. And cheese. Fantastic. Can't be too long before our greenhouses start producing product. We'll have to go and check up on those sometime. I did have a quick look early on, and that there was nothing fully produced yet, so I have to just be a bit patient on that. See how we are down at the golf course. Got a pallet of butter to go into the golf club shop or cafeteria. So they're taking a regular supply now. As long as I've got a pallet available for them, no problem, they'll take it. Slightly higher price than what I'm getting in the farm stall, but I like to make the farm stall the best place for locals to come and buy my products. Right, back at the farm, we've loaded up that pallet of cheese and some butter for the duck pond market, and we'll head off down to the biogas plant and go and deliver the cheese. Yeah, I must say the cheese production is coming along quite nicely. I've just had a phone call from Alan Borders, the fellow who bought the cows. He just said, yeah, it's all right. His vet was waiting to scan the 26 cows when they got to his farm earlier on today, and he's confirmed that they're all in calf. In fact, 2 of them will have twins, which he's not necessarily happy with, because that tends to create a little bit more problems in terms of birthing and that type of stuff. But they're in calf, so you might get 2 bonus calves out of the whole thing. I didn't know that, I did mention it to him at the beginning, so everybody was well aware of that. Well, shouldn't be talking too much. I'm driving into the fence there. Suppose I should have edited that out, but hey, these things happen. Right, that's that delivered. So that's all the deliveries done for today. Pretty happy with that. We're over 100,000 in the bank. Financially resting a little bit easy. Still got to put the excess manure into the biogas plant, keep that going for the day. So I'm thinking, in light of what I was talking about in terms of spreading of slurry and manure and that type of stuff. Really what I should be doing is spreading the manure, which has less nitrogen in it and has less potential problems in terms of the environmental agencies on the fields, and bringing the slurry down to the biogas plant. And I think next season that's kind of what we'll do. Right, so we're just finishing off the spreading of the slurry on that field. I think it's all pretty much done. You can see with the nitrogen map at the bottom there, everything's a much lighter color. And we should get a fertilization state, further fertilization state once we put the roller on, which we'll do. We'll definitely start it by the end of today. Might not be shown on this video, but we'll definitely get it started and get that done. Might be a bit of a moot point because, as I said, when we did the soil analysis, that looks like the best, the best field in terms of soil quality. So I might use that for my crops, for creating hay crops, not hay, straw crops should I say. Right, so I'm going to go and start cutting the field next to this one that we're driving through here now. And I thought I'd take you the unusual route, just show you some of the little back routes of this farm. You can actually access this field that we're going through to. I've forgotten what the number is. Must get a little bit better in remembering the numbers of my fields. I can access this directly from the cow barns, the cattle barns, the beef cattle barns, but there's also this little back entrance that connects these two fields, and I thought I'll just show you this little connection between the two. So just duck for the trees, and just around this corner there's another little gate hidden away behind the foliage, and there we go. That's access to another grass field, and this will just be grass. We'll put this into the silage pit as well. Then once that's done, all my grass fields will be done and dusted, I think, for this season. Still haven't heard anything from the golf course as to whether they want to do anything there. Well, that's where I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching as usual. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Cheerio.